If you've been paying attention over the last few years, you have noticed that the government has been slowly rolling out their disclosure regarding extraterrestrial life forms, UAP, unidentified flying aerial phenomena, interdimensional beings, and such. All this strange science that was once considered to be taboo to be spoken in mainstream, were now being revealed to the public to be quote unquote true. That we may potentially be here, visited by other life forms of higher intelligence, and that we need to get used to it. We need to get acclimated to it. And I feel that there's a lot more to this story than they're leading on. One of the things that bothers me the most is the timing of all this. Why am I supposed to care about extraterrestrials when this economy is in the toilet as it is? Gas prices are through the roof. The cost of living is going up. Wages are stagnant. Just this week alone, I damn near made myself sick trying to make up the rent because customers are not coming in. People don't have money to spend. Vegas is in a downward spiral. Not only is our lake drying up over here, but tourism is in the dumps. With all of these problems going on, just the surface level economy stuff, why would I care that we're being visited by extraterrestrials? And it's not that I don't believe that we're being visited by extraterrestrials. I want to put that out there. It's not that I don't believe that we're not being visited by something. I don't want to say it's extraterrestrials, alien, but that I don't believe that we're probably the highest life form here, but what does that have to do with me in the now? I don't feel like these things are new. I feel like if there are other life forms of higher intelligence that are here, they were here way before I was here. But what the government and the powers that be seem to be doing, and even religious leaders are coming out and jumping on the bandwagon to try to correlate this alien phenomenon, this alien or interdimensional being phenomenon, with theology or with their different religions and stuff, right? They're already getting on the bandwagon because a lot of these preachers and pastors are just profiteers. And if they see that there's a new religion that can be born, oh, they want to be right there on the top of that. And that's what this is. This UFO research stuff, a lot of this ancient alien stuff is just another religion. And it was one that I personally fell into due to the fact that I've had experiences in the past with these things or with this phenomena. I've seen aerial phenomena more times than I can count. The one that sticks out the most in my head was the one when a friend came out as a photographer who went on the side of my building to film these triangle shaped UFOs that just came up out of the tree line and floated across the sky. That's just one instance of high strangeness, I like to call it, that I've experienced living out in the Antelope Valley and in various places in California. But what does that have to do with now? Of course, I had questions about what we saw. What kind of ship is that? Who made it? Where did it come from? Is it extraterrestrial? Is it human? What is it, right? All these questions flood through your mind when you see something that your mind deems to be impossible. You want answers for it. But one of the things I came to the conclusion to over the years after having various experiences and things is that even if I was told, how would that affect me? What does it do? If you were to tell me that the UAPs or the UFOs that me and my friends saw that day were actually UFOs, okay, and they're aliens, and the aliens inside those ships are X, Y, and Z, how does that change my life in the now? It doesn't. How does it change my trajectory when it comes to career, capitalism, buying a house, feeding myself, providing for myself in a system that they set us up to have to struggle in so they can continue to extract as much energy out of us as they can? And when I say they, I'm assuming that the powers that be, just at this moment as I'm talking, are human. I don't believe that a lot of them are human, but we're just going to say that the people that run this demonic system that keep people trapped in this endless loop of producing and clocking in and not getting nowhere, and where a future is so far out of reach for this younger generation that a lot of young kids are not even, a lot of young adults are not even talking about having kids because they can't see being able to afford them or even buying a house. The people that run that system, if these are the same people that are making contact with these extraterrestrials and doing business with these extraterrestrials, why should I trust these extraterrestrials? If these extraterrestrials are going to come here and just do business with our leaders, the same leaders that have us freaking begging for scraps, the same leaders that are like literally giving our future away to AI, to a machine. If these higher forms of life are here communicating with these people, and yet they just appear in regular people's room and not say a word, okay? Or they have us think that we're crazy when they show up in our lives, but they'll have complete communication with these demonic militaries, these demonic governments, these demonic ass politicians. Why would I ever want to ever trust these things? And the government's releasing all these pictures and and files this week, okay, and videos about, oh, these are potential aliens and these are UFOs that we've seen and stuff. But a couple of them have already turned out to be a hoax. You have one that was like a star shape, okay, that they show on this picture. They have a lot of infrared like pictures from these military helicopters. So they show this video of this star-shaped thing coming out of the sky. And if you really pay attention to it, you could see that it's a fucking flare with a parachute coming off of it, and there's a contrail behind it and everything. But so many people jumped on that video and say, look, that's a biblically accurate angel. The angels are here, because people equate what they want in their head to be with this impossible phenomenon. If you see this and the government is coming out there putting that on their website as true, people are going to believe that a fucking flare is a UFO. And if the government is already doing it, why should I believe anything else that they're saying going forward regarding this phenomenon? Another picture they put up is of, I guess it's like these two Finnish men or two German men holding up this little creature, right? And this is on I think page 99 of the UFO files, the government UFO files, of these two men holding up this little creature, right? But it comes to find out that the motherfucking picture is a hoax. That picture came from an April Fool's Day edition of some magazine, in some German magazine that was talking about finding spacemen. It was a hoax. It was a joke. As you could see from how shitty the fucking alien looks, it wasn't real. But the government is posting it on their site as real shit, right? So if they're posting all this fake ass shit already, what am I to believe is real and what isn't? It's already, when you see something firsthand, I'm telling you, like the two UAPs, I hate that they changed it, UFOs that me and my friends saw, when the reason that they stuck out so much is because it was impossible. You understand, the way that they moved were impossible. That's why they just appeared, it just came up and it just floated off. It was an impossible thing to almost describe. As many times as I've described it on this channel, as many times as I've described it to people in life, it's still amazing to me what we saw that night. You understand? Because that technology still hasn't been revealed to the public. It still hasn't been explained. But when you sitting up there and you living in a time where you have AI videos now, okay, and you have this phenomenon which is already considered to be impossible to describe or to articulate to other people that haven't experienced these miracles, you don't know what is real. I don't know what's real no more, right? I can't trust, okay, a video. The government's releasing all these pictures. Some of these pictures look fake as fuck. Oh, we put a filter over it to overlay no, they're just, some of these pictures look fake from the government. And I know just from my own experience that sometimes even in real life, when you see this phenomenon, it's going to look fake. It's not going to look real to you because it's impossible. Like I say, some of the stuff we don't even know if it's from another dimension. Some of the stuff is probably technology so far ahead that humans are using. That's what I believe is going to happen. Or that's why if you grew up like I did in the 80s, okay, I was born in 1982. I was born in a time of Star Wars and sci-fi, and where all of these franchises that they milk to death now were really born. Okay, so I was born in a time where we wanted to believe in aliens, we wanted to believe in space, we wanted to believe that we were going to the stars, Maycross style, freaking, like I say, Star Wars style. Being shit, we hit the 90s by the time freaking 1997 hit and Independence Day hit, and you almost wanted the Earth to be invaded by aliens so we can come together for a bigger cause and bring down this menace. But then when I look back on me growing up, there's two things that stick out to me, okay? One, the technological leap from going from analog in the early 80s all the way up to this technological nightmare we find ourselves in today with this AI, these kiosks, this automated machine matrix that they're trying to build, okay? The leap, I'm only 43 years old, but that leap has been exponential in that time. And throughout that time, the media and the sci-fi and the stuff that we consume almost prepared us for this time. The iRobots, the Terminators, these movies and stuff kind of prepped us mentally for these times. When you go into the extraterrestrial stuff, E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like I said, Independence Day. Just this year, it just so happens that Steven Spielberg has a whole movie called Disclosure coming out.
This 79-year cover-up of the truth has to end. It's the two of you. It's always been just the two of you.
What happened to us?
The human race cannot accept what we know.
Whatever happens, don't you let go.
with all of this disclosure happening, you know, it's a fucking joke. And what I honestly believe is going on with all of this is that this is engineered, going all the way back even past me, when you have, you know, my parents day and age, where they was brought up with the older spaceman and Flash Gordon and all this other stuff, all the way up to now, to kind of put these images in our head to prepare us for this new world order that they're preparing. Because what they're going to do is they're going to have these aliens show themselves, because they probably are some type of alien hybrid, or what we would consider to be aliens, or some type of proto-human or different type of human here, right? And these things are going to reveal themselves to us, right? And then they're going to tell us, oh, well, they're at war with these other things, and so we have to come together as one people, as one world government. And y'all think that may sound good, like, oh, we're one people, we're going to be. No, they don't mean like it's one people, like together. They mean as us, the people, on our knees to whatever intergalactic government bullshit that they come up with. And so we have to bow down to that to stay safe from these aliens. That's what they're going to do. And that's why we will own nothing and be happy, because all the aliens are going to take everything. They're going to take our freaking autonomy and our freedom and all this other stuff, because we got to come together to fight the fucking fake ass aliens that they're coming up with. I don't believe it. I believe this is all human fuckery. And as much as, like I said, I want to believe in this, I want to believe more than anything. And mostly because of my experience, I want to believe that there are higher life forms here that are interfering with our life, that want to come and help the earth and want to help us as humanity and all this. But from my experience as a human being here on this earth, I know for a fact that more than likely this is human fuckery. This is government nonsense. And like I said, the one thing that stuck out was, like I said, the media showing us all this stuff. The other thing, like the technological leap, wasn't an accident. All this technology came from somewhere. And I know people say, oh, it came from the free market. No, they had touch screens and all these other things way back before I was freaking born. They just piecemealed that stuff out to the public when they were ready for us to have it. But where does this technology come from? Maybe they do have crash ships. Maybe they do have down UAPs and stuff that they've gotten from these advanced civilizations. And if they have found these things, you have to question yourself, who is the real government? Who do our government answers to? Because if people did find technology that is thousands of years, even hundreds of years, even decades ahead of what we had in, let's say, the 50s and 60s when they found this technology, what's to say that part of the government then splinter off and become their own government? Because who's going to control them if they have that much power? Just like now, they say the president wants to release more files. I only believe the president wants to release files because Obama talked about aliens, and he has to always one up Obama. It's little dick energy shit.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the president of the United States.
But now the president said, oh, it's files and stuff I want to release, but they won't let me release it. Who are they? How is it that there are people blocking the so-called leader of the free world from actually accessing this information and giving it to the public? That tells me that there's somebody obviously above him. Well, we all know this. We all say this all the time. That say, no, there's only certain things that you can release. You can only release these fake ass images that people are going to freaking debate whether or not they're fake or not. We will tell you when full disclosure will happen and how it will happen. And it has to be so tenuous, because look, here's the thing, they have to get us to believe in something now, because we no longer believe in a war on terror, we no longer believe in these leaders, we no longer believe in this system, so they have to change the system through something else, through something way more nefarious. And if you go back, and I'll say, watch the fucking Watchmen. The Watchmen, at the very end of the Watchmen movie, I hate that they changed it just to a bomb, because in the book originally it was an alien invasion, and it was a fake alien invasion that brought all the countries together and stopped all this nuclear tension that was going on, okay? And all of the world became kumbaya, blah blah blah, until the very end when they probably found Rorschach's journal. That's when the book ends. But in that book, Who Watches the Watchmen, the book, Who Watches the Watchmen, was pretty much one of them. It was Ozymandias who came up with this fake alien invasion to, like I say, convince the world to put down arms, to come together under one banner, to say, hey, we got to fight this intergalactic threat because we don't know where it's coming from. I believe it's a similar situation now. I believe everything is to make us get down on our knees and not look at what's going on. I mean, look at what's going on. Everybody was just talking about, oh, these kids are being abused on this island by these rich financiers and all this other stuff. And then we need the list of, who was helping facilitate that, and who was going to that island, and who was raping kids, and who was eating babies, and all this other crazy shit that was going on in them files, right? But then they just give us some redacted bullshit, and then they go right back to aliens because they want us distracted with this alien stuff. Fucking economy. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it's so hard to freaking even come up with the rent. I mean, I'm lucky because, like I said, my overhead is very low, so I bust my ass a little bit. A lot of times I can come up with what I need. But there are people drowning right now. And they're not living these luxurious lifestyles. They're drowning under credit card debt. They're drowning under student loan debt. They're drowning under car payments and insurance for those cars, okay? They're drowning under rent and mortgage, okay? They're drowning under stagnated wages. They're drowning under the fact that their job may be replaced by a fucking robot, okay? And then the government is getting on TV and telling us, look, guys, there's freaking disc and UFOs out there that y'all been telling us about the whole fucking time that we already fucking knew was there, but we're gonna tell y'all through credible sources, the same credible sources that have gaslighted us for decades about the subject matter, that, oh, okay, this is the real deal. This is what's going on. Oh, look at this video. This video right here is real. This one isn't. I don't believe nothing that these motherfuckers are saying. The aliens are talking to them directly. I don't trust them alien motherfuckers either. They can fuck themselves too. If them aliens ain't here to make life better for us or fix this world or get rid of this economy bullshit, these corporations and these companies, I don't want to hear about it. If I swear to God, if I see a fucking alien wearing a pair of Nikes or endorsing any bullshit, I'm done. I'm done with this I am completely done with this reality. Y'all can take that how y'all want to take it. But if I literally see a real space alien interdimensional being all of a sudden, oh, these are the people that are here. They're the new migrants, right? They're the real aliens, like extraterrestrial, right? And all of a sudden you see these motherfuckers getting endorsements. You see these motherfuckers on TV and all this other stuff. I'm over it, bro, because the shit is stupid at that point. That would let me know that even beyond this realm, beyond this world, that even heaven and hell is ruled by fucking idiots and assholes and greedy pieces of shit. That's what it would tell me. It would tell me that if aliens are really trying to come here to settle, that all throughout this fucking galaxy, it's a dystopian fucking nightmare with these capitalistic greedy pigs on all level of hominid status. I don't give a fuck if you are a human, Pleiadian, gray, whatever the fuck you may be, wherever galaxy, whatever planet you come from is probably ruled by some capitalistic nonsense to where they're over there in freaking Alpha Centauri struggling to pay their bills too. Why the fuck would I care about anybody if this galactic federation, if that's what it's all about? Buying and selling shit, buying and selling people, buying and selling resources, buying and selling product and experiences. Probably if you're talking about aliens, probably our dreams and fucking shit stains and cum and shit. Who the fuck knows? Right? But all I do know is that I still have to live my life here on Earth, and anything else that's going on out there in fucking space, I really kind of don't give a shit about. And I never thought I would say that, but fuck, life is lifing, bro. Life is lifing for so many people, and they get on TV with this bullshit after years of calling the people that have experienced this shit kooks, calling people like myself kooks. Oh shit, I feel like we saw alien in our room today. Oh no, that wasn't what they were. You're just crazy. Oh, you're stir crazy. You got to get out the house. Oh, me and my friends saw a fucking spaceship. No, there wasn't no spaceship. There's, gaslighting you for years, okay? Gaslighting you for years about all this other stuff. Same thing with the shape of the Earth. If they're from space, if this is around. I don't know the shape of the planet. I don't know if it's a realm, a disc, a fucking ball, a fucking a snow globe. I don't give a shit because it doesn't necessarily affect my human experience. I still got to get my teeth fixed. I still got to clock in. I still got to pay these bills. And with that being said, as much as I want to believe, I just don't give a fuck. With that being said, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.